just to give you an idea, this is the environment. Big parking lot. We're gonna park outside the Sobeys, I think. Okay, this is a great opportunity to start talking a little bit about the difference between counter conditioning and positive reinforcement. I have Mr. Theo with us right now, and we are just about to hit a busier road, so there's lots going on. So I'm going to start with counter conditioning. So as the big trucks are going by, I am feeding. So every time a big truck goes by, I'm feeding. The faster the trucks go by, the more food I give. The longer that they're there, the more I feed. When the trucks disappear, or the big buses or any of those things disappear, I stop feeding. So what we're doing in counter conditioning is we are pairing something, in this case something pleasant like food, with something unpleasant like the traffic. So that is counter conditioning, which is pairing. So basically, if your dog was reactive, in this case we're talking about vehicles, but if your dog was reactive to dogs, for instance, the dogs, even at a distance, if the dog is there, you want to feed. As the dog gets closer, you're going to feed more often, and then as the dog disappears, you're going to reduce the feeding. So that's counter conditioning. So now we're going to talk about positive reinforcement. So with positive reinforcement, your food, or the consequence in this situation is food, is a type of reinforcement, is going to follow a behavior that we like. So whether you're capturing a behavior, meaning your dog volunteers a behavior you like, or you're cueing a behavior, yes. So in this case, he looked at the man who was walking on the street. He didn't bark at the man, so I captured that behavior. Here's another man. Yes. So I'm marking using a timing marker. You don't have to use a timing marker or a conditioned reinforcer. This dog has one. So I am feeding the dog, yes, because of behaviors that they are performing. And I am using positive reinforcement to strengthen that behavior, meaning that in this case, the behavior I want to strengthen is that you can look at things that are scary, but you don't have to yell about them. Yes. And right there, I said, looking at the car that's passing and then looking back at me, I marked that behavior. So you can see that positive reinforcement and counter conditioning often intertwine and layer on top of each other when you're doing this type of behavioral socialization work. So we are outside of the grocery store right now, and we are doing car socialization. So I want to explain to you what that means to me. Okay, so what is car socialization? Yes. So in this case, it's very important that the dog is comfortable in the car. That's preliminary. They have to feel like the car is a safe space. A lot of dogs, especially those with a lot of fear, and fear causes a lot of reactivity. So when we have a dog who has a lot of fear, most of the time they need opportunities to be invisible within the world so that they can learn to understand it and observe it without having to be immersed in it, which is why the car stuff works so beautifully. So right now we are in the parking lot here, and Theo's just watching the traffic, watching the people. Oh, hello, handsome. Yes. And he's doing a fantastic job, and he's able to work within his threshold. So this is really important. So how the dog takes in information through their eyes and their nose, and how they are able to process all of that is really important. So there's a big truck going by. He just looked at it, and then I'm going to show you, there's the big truck, two big trucks. Yes. And he looked at that and looked back at me. So we are marking and rewarding that with positive reinforcement. Had I seen them coming, I'm now just going to move into counter conditioning. But had I seen them coming at a distance, I may have started counter conditioning, just pairing this food as the vehicle was going by. So this gives us an opportunity to work within the dog's threshold. If this is too much, I can move further away. The dog feels safe. It's a great way to start implementing positive reinforcement and counter conditioning activities, so behavior modification around socialization, in a safe way where the dog is comfortable and we can have a little bit more control. Even though we are out in the world, we can decide whether or not we want the windows up or down. So if it's too, this almost like volume control of the world around us. Like, there's lots of ways that we can help the dog to work within their threshold, and using those two strategies, positive reinforcement and counter conditioning. So I just want to show, I've got the window down now, which makes it a lot louder, and he's far more fixated on what's going on out there than he was before. Yes, there was a beep there. And he didn't overreact, so I'm gonna, and he's just staring because that window's open, so all of a sudden he can hear things more clearly. People talking, the carts, yes. So I'm just marking and rewarding because there's just so much stuff going on over there that I just want to let him know that I like what he's doing. Yes, watching. And so right now I'm using positive reinforcement.